Well, hi there, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be telling 3 horror police investigations at night. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment what stories you would like to hear next. You better subscribe before I get mad. Psyche, I'm just kidding. Let's begin the first story. The small town of Hollow Brook had always been shrouded in an eerie atmosphere. Surrounded by dense woods and nestled beside a tranquil lake, it seemed like the perfect setting for mysteries to unfold. However, the townsfolk had grown accustomed to the peculiar occurrences that plagued their town. They had grown accustomed to the ghostly whispers that echoed through the night, chilling their souls. One fateful evening, the tranquility of Hollow Brook was shattered by a blood-curdling scream that pierced the night. The townspeople rushed to the source of the commotion, fearing the worst. There, in a dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of town, they discovered a gruesome murder scene. The victim, a reclusive artist named Eleanor Blackwood, lay lifeless in her studio, her body covered in mysterious symbols drawn in her own blood. The local police, led by Detective James Thornton, were called to investigate the murder. Thornton was known for his keen intuition and his ability to solve even the most baffling cases, but he had never encountered anything like this before. As he examined the crime scene, he couldn't shake the feeling that something supernatural was at play. The symbols on Eleanor's body seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and the whispers in the shadows grew louder. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation led Detective Thornton deeper into the darkness of Hollow Brook's secrets. He discovered that Eleanor Blackwood had been obsessed with a local legend, the tale of a vengeful spirit known as the Whispering Wraith, said to haunt the town for centuries. According to the legend, the Wraith could be summoned by performing a dark ritual, and it would grant the summoner immense power in exchange for a gruesome sacrifice. As Thornton delved deeper into Eleanor's obsession with the legend, he began to suspect that she had attempted to summon the Whispering Wraith, and it had led to her untimely death. But the truth was far more chilling than he could have ever imagined. One moonless night, as Thornton stood in the abandoned mansion, he heard the whispers grow louder, more insistent. They seemed to be guiding him, leading him to a hidden chamber deep within the house. There he discovered a journal belonging to Eleanor, filled with her frantic writings about the Whispering Wraith. In a desperate attempt to understand what had happened, Thornton decided to perform the dark ritual himself, hoping to communicate with the vengeful spirit. As he chanted the incantation and spilled his own blood, a cold wind swept through the chamber, and a figure began to materialize before him. The Whispering Wraith, a spectral being shrouded in darkness, spoke to Thornton. It revealed the horrifying truth. Eleanor Blackwood had not summoned it for power, but to seek vengeance against the true killer, someone within the town who had committed unspeakable atrocities. The Wraith had granted her wish, but had taken her life in return. As the Wraith faded into the shadows, Thornton realized the terrible twist of fate. He had been investigating the very person who had summoned the Whispering Wraith, and Eleanor Blackwood had been the ghostly guardian of Hollow Brook, trying to expose the murderer from beyond the grave. Haunted by this revelation, Detective James Thornton vowed to uncover the true killer and bring them to justice, for only then could he hope to silence the whispers in the shadows that now echoed in his own conscience. Hope you enjoyed the first story. It was very intense, but with that being said, let's continue into the next story, and this story is called The Spectral Conspiracy. In the quiet, fog-shrouded town of Ravenswood, where the mist hung heavy, even in the daytime, a chilling mystery awaited, one that would intertwine the realms of the living and the dead. Detective Sarah Walker had seen her share of grisly crime scenes, but nothing could have prepared her for the macabre tableau she encountered one moonless night. A dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of town, once grand but now a decaying relic, stood as a foreboding sentinel against the night. Inside, the flickering glow of candles revealed a scene of horror. The lifeless body of a prominent businessman, Richard Holloway, lay sprawled on the cold marble floor, surrounded by shattered glass and shattered dreams. Blood painted a ghastly masterpiece on the walls, the work of a brutal murder. As Detective Walker and her team combed the crime scene, a sense of unease settled upon them. Odd symbols, etched in blood, adorned the walls. Whispers danced through the air, voices of the dead seeking justice or perhaps revenge. The town's folklore told of a vengeful spirit, the spectral specter, said to roam Ravenswood in search of its killer, forever bound to the earthly plane until justice was served. Could it be that this vengeful ghost was responsible for the gruesome murder? Days turned into weeks, and the investigation led Detective Walker deeper into the heart of the mystery. The victim, Richard Holloway, had a dark secret. He had been involved in a conspiracy to swindle the townsfolk out of their land, leaving them destitute and angry. Many believed that the spectral specter was a manifestation of their collective rage. As Detective Walker unraveled the threads of the conspiracy, she uncovered shocking evidence. Richard Holloway had indeed been the mastermind behind the land scam, but he had not acted alone. His co-conspirator was none other than Mayor Evelyn Hartley, a figure revered by the townsfolk. The investigation took an unexpected turn when the spectral specter appeared before Detective Walker in the dead of night. It pointed a spectral finger at Mayor Hartley, revealing her as the true mastermind behind Richard Holloway's murder. She had used the legend of the vengeful spirit to cover her tracks. In a thrilling confrontation, Detective Walker confronted Mayor Hartley with the evidence. The mayor, cornered and desperate, confessed to her crimes, including the murder of Holloway. She had orchestrated the murder to silence him and maintain her grip on power. The twist, however, was yet to come. As Mayor Hartley was led away in handcuffs, the spectral specter appeared once more, revealing its true identity. It was not the vengeful spirit of a murder victim, but an elaborate illusion created by the townsfolk themselves. They had conspired to use their belief in the ghostly legend to expose the corruption within their town. As the truth unfolded, the townsfolk were left in awe, realizing the power of their collective determination to seek justice. Detective Walker, despite her skepticism, had played a crucial role in unmasking the conspiracy. In the end, Ravenswood was forever changed. The once feared spectral specter became a symbol of the town's resilience, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the truth could prevail. And Detective Sarah Walker, who had witnessed the convergence of the supernatural and the human spirit, would carry this unforgettable case with her for the rest of her life. That was a good one, don't you think? Well, now we have the final and last story to tell. Hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe for more. This story is called The Haunting Riddle. In the gloomy town of Harrow's Hollow, where centuries-old oak trees loomed like spectral sentinels, a ghostly mystery would soon grip the community in a vice of fear and disbelief. Detective Evelyn Hartman, known for her unyielding determination, found herself at the epicenter of a most perplexing case. A murder had occurred, unlike any other she'd encountered. It was a murder that would test not only her investigative skills, but her understanding of the supernatural. One ominous night, as an eerie fog rolled in from the nearby marshes, the lifeless body of a local historian, Dr. Samuel Whitlock, was discovered in the heart of the town's ancient cemetery. His throat had been brutally slashed, and his face bore an expression of sheer terror. The townsfolk whispered of a malevolent spirit, the specter of Harrow's Hollow, said to exact vengeance on those who trespassed upon the secrets of the past. And as Detective Hartman examined the crime scene, she could not dismiss the unsettling feeling that this legend might hold some truth. Cryptic symbols, seemingly etched by spectral hands, adorned the tombstones surrounding the murder site. The air grew icy, and whispers echoed through the cemetery, chilling the hearts of those who dared to investigate. Detective Hartman's pursuit of the truth led her deep into the town's history, where she uncovered Dr. Whitlock's research into an old unsolved murder that had occurred centuries ago. It was a murder that was inexplicably linked to the current crime. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation unveiled a web of deceit, betrayal, and revenge spanning generations. Dr. Whitlock had come dangerously close to unraveling the truth behind the ancient murder, a truth that implicated some of the town's most prominent families. As Detective Hartman delved deeper into the dark secrets of Harrow's Hollow, she discovered that the Spectre legend was a cover-up for a very human conspiracy. The murder had been orchestrated to silence Dr. Whitlock and prevent the truth from emerging. But the story took a sinister twist when, one stormy night, the Spectre of Harrow's Hollow appeared before Detective Hartman in all its ghostly glory. It pointed an accusing finger not at the townsfolk, but at the detective herself. The shocking revelation left Detective Hartman stunned. She had been unknowingly complicit in the cover-up, manipulated by the town's most powerful figures to protect their dark secrets. The murder of Dr. Whitlock had been orchestrated to divert her attention from the true perpetrators. As the truth came to light, the town's power structure crumbled. The Spectre of Harrow's Hollow, once feared as a supernatural entity, was revealed to be a brilliant illusion created by the very people it haunted. In the end, Detective Evelyn Hartman, haunted by her unwitting role in the conspiracy, vowed to bring the true culprits to justice. Harrow's Hollow, forever changed by the revelation, would need to confront its own dark history and reckon with the horrors committed in the name of preserving its secrets.